Ahoy, crypto pirates and crypto junkies alike. Glad to have you guys join me this morning, the substitute captain on Tuesday and Thursday mornings. And so I'm glad to have you guys join us. I've got a few regulars on the stream. Oh, we didn't have the weird look on the face when we pulled you up this time. That's great. We love that. And so I got our regulars here. I've invited a few others today. We'll see if they show up. In fact, we threw out a link to Hodl Dog and Barely Crafty to see just how crafty he is and if he can weasel his way out of work long enough to come join us and waste his time here with us. So how are you gentlemen doing this morning?
Very good.
Good.
Very good. Very good. There's a couple of bones to pick, but otherwise doing really well. I'll share those in due course. Yeah.
Well, we'll get to those for sure because we like when we get confrontational. It seems that we do better. We get more views, so I'm okay with that.
I love the conflict. Yes.
Well, we need it anyway. Let's be honest. So,
will there be screaming and crying?
Definitely crying.
Okay. I'm up for that. Yeah.
I gotta correct the episode number here.
So barely present isn't with us today.
It barely isn't present. He's barely present right now. So
he texted me minutes ago and he said, "I don't know if I can make it tonight. I'm a little boy and I have to go nappy nap."
You guys exchanged numbers?
And you didn't? Come on.
No.
That's
gay is okay, man. Come on.
I'm fine with that, but that's probably some squid thing.
we wrap our tentacles around each other so gently.
Oh my goodness!
Okay,
I am
this show's taking a turn.
So glad I moved up a level and I'm not in the squid category anymore. You guys worry me. Yeah.
Unfortunately, I was not here last week, or last episode. I had a surprise meeting. I forgot about it, and it surprised me.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we got a lot to talk about today, and so did you want to start with that, Papa B? Do you want to start with the conflict? We can go that route.
just a little housekeeping.
Yeah.
So I guess today I've seen 9 hours worth of hex streams. I'm just exhausted. But the thing that breaks my heart is that you get people streaming over each other, but not only that, but cast members that probably should be on one show branch out and then stream over the captain. And I gotta say, that's fine. And it's great to see us branching out and doing this, but don't come up with a lame excuse like, "I didn't know it was going to be DS at this time, so I just started the stream, guys." Yeah. Me too. Yeah, all that, don't believe it for a second. So that's my little bone to pick. So I sent out a meme to one of our favorite Hexicans today who started that stream with a little silly face. And he said, "Oh, you got your 1 second screen capture, guys. Go ahead and meme me." So I did, and I sent it over to you, KNTX, in case you didn't receive it. Feel free to share it with the viewers in case you think it's appropriate or not. Don't ever challenge me to meme on an ill-timed stream.
Papa B, who was streaming?
Take a look. Take a look. Here's one of the offenders right now.
The guy on
the
Okay. That's one. And then of all people, we got Dollar Cost Crypto, we got Crypto Coffee, and we got Muttley. So these
I will give Motley, Bran, and Coffee a little bit of a pass that once the DS stream started, they hopped off. So they hopped off of the stream. So I'll give them the credit where it's due. So at least they still respect since you guys can try to stream over us, but I have a feeling that Captain RG is going to capture more eyeballs than you, regardless of what shenanigans you pull, even pulling out Pokemon cards. So
Pokemon. And by the way, it was 3-hour stream there today with Whales Only and RG3. It was really a great show.
Yes.
I had to have the stream back and forth to figure out what was going on, and then of course it's 5 hours worth of whatever. Because in all honesty, the guys at the Knights of the Crypto Table are very intelligent people, and I gotta listen to everything they say as well. That's my bone to pick, is how dare you divide my brain in such a way that confuses me and makes me watch 6 hours of streams back to back.
You weren't upset on behalf of Discourse Syndicate, but on the fact that your attention was divided.
As a viewer, I demand direct single attention to one stream at a time.
I love it. That's great. Yeah. It is what it is. We've gotten to the point where I'd like to think that I have something to do with it, but obviously it was mostly Captain RG3. But with the captain at the helm, he's inspired a lot of people to start their own streams and their own brands and everything else, and that's great. Like they're going to garner eyeballs that Discourse Syndicate doesn't garner, and good luck trying to beat the first mover advantage in the Hex streams, though. I mean, obviously Hexo's the #1 guy. Him and Coffee started from the get-go, and they're both doing very well. Just Hexo has the issue where he's just not going to garner the eyeballs of YouTube now that he's exclusive with Twitch. So there's a lot of eyeballs he's not going to catch. So, and not that there was ever a competition. We don't even stream at the same times. And then Coffee tends to do more evergreen material, which is great. So all of the live streamers, though, I'm going to hand it to you guys. If you a lot of you guys are doing great things, but I don't think you're going to be able to capture the market like Captain can. And so
friendly competition for each, what would you call that? Each age group, right?
Oh,
each demographic. Each demographic is going to gravitate toward each Hexagon group, and that's fine. Yeah. It's okay. But the other thing that I wanted to bring up, and I'm sure it's now validated as an actual concern. Well, it's actual topic of discussion. It's been so all throughout today. Started with Crypto Sparbook looked at this option, and they sent it over for further review from the powers that be in the Hexagon, staker class and technical class. And then it was brought up on RG3, I think, brought it up just briefly. And finally today with the Knights of the Crypto Table. And that was this whole thing about encapsulating. Oh, and also, Kareem brought it up too. Okay, so we got lots of talk about it now. I brought it up a couple of streams ago with you, KNTX.
Yep.
And I just want to know what the thoughts are from you gentlemen on the encapsulation of the stakes, and now we have a little bit more information about it to discuss too. If you so wish to get to this topic, KNTX, that would please me to talk about.
Yeah. Hey, I just want to throw a shout out to someone in the chat here. Yes, absolutely. I agree. That is part of our problem. That's why we don't have nearly as many followers as you do, is because we are preaching to the choir. But a lot of what we discuss is new stuff that I think Hexagons need to be made aware of. And then the other side of things is that we do a lot of strategy discussion about how to bring on no coiners. And you speak to people who are already in the space. We're trying to bring new people that aren't in the space. So, and if the amount of DMs and the amount of messages and the messages posted up in Twitter and Telegram and everything else about how many people are bringing in all of their friends, I'd say by that metric, if that's a good enough measurement alone, we're doing a great job. We're doing a great job. And then, and you're welcome, Trevon, because they're going to find out about you too once they start digging into the YouTube algorithms when it comes to the crypto streams. And so we're just bringing you more viewers too. So, and don't worry, we've got another channel, the Crypto Junkies, that we're working on building out right now. We just got to find the right talent for it. And we've got a lot more content regarding stuff that's not Hex related. So don't worry, man. Don't worry, man. We're doing what we can to pump your bags. So, because I know you have a bag of Hex. And then they're going to find out about your other bags too when they find out about you. So, and hey, Limon says, damn, Trevon on here? Bring him on the stream. Well, Trevon, if you want to come on, I'm more than happy to let you come on, man. In fact, I am going to go ahead and post it in the chat. So now we've got, yes, pump my bags, he says. Absolutely. So I just put hopefully it comes through on this side. There it goes. There you go. If you want to come on, man, anything you want to discuss, I will give you an open forum here. I will definitely give you an open forum. So I did want to touch a couple of things here. Yes, Wendy O has confirmed with us that she will be coming on Friday night. So we're going to bridge that community there. We've had some pretty neat discussions via email back and forth, both me and the captain and her. And so we're excited. We've got a whole list of new hosts of new guests we're going to be bringing on. But we had a couple big ones like Wendy O that we really wanted to make the time for. So I went light on prospecting for people to come on because we wanted to keep that schedule somewhat open in the meantime. So we wanted some of these other people that want the opportunity to come on that are, already well known within the space to come on and give us their not just their experiences, but also some knowledge that maybe they're not hearing from our community. So we've got plenty of people outside of the space though that we're looking to line up to. I mean, I don't want to say anything.
Who is Wendy O?
Wendy O? Hop on Twitter and you'll find out. Hop on.
Hey,
Twitter.
Markable.
So yeah, we've got some really great.
Mark Abel.
We've got some really good people, like I said, from outside of the space. In fact, some pretty high profile people. I'm so tempted to tell you guys some things. I'm gonna hold off.
Just
until we get confirmation.
Come on.
No.
Don't torture yourself.
No.
Britney Spears.
Britney Spears will be on Friday. So you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and
Didn't
give the floor
RG
to
tell
our
you
new
already?
guest.
Right
How are
on,
you
Jay.
doing,
Nice,
Ron?
everyone.
Welcome.
It's good to see you, man.
He's not listening.
Sounds like he's
It's on a
listening.
3-minute delay.
Sounds like he's listening
good.
to the stream. What's good, man?
I got to turn my mic up.
There you go.
So I got some ideas, man.
All right, let's hear it, man.
All right,
Let me take notes.
Here's what I think. Hold on, mute this. So I'm echoing. Hold on.
Yeah, no worries.
Hold on, I'm echoing. Oh, I'm on the YouTube. Let me turn the YouTube off. All right. So those Richard Hart streams, I think those are gold. And I like what Hex Clips is doing. I'm subscribed to Hex Clips.
Mhm.
I think Hex Clips needs to take some of those Richard Hart segments where he's like where he went off on Elon Musk buying. When he was going off on Elon Musk, like you could upload that and like titles and stuff like that. That clip could be uploaded and be called, why Elon buying Bitcoin is bad for Bitcoin. And you're gonna get Bitcoiner traffic. You see what I'm saying, to Hex. When you're titling video, I mean, it's good what you guys are doing for the Hex community, but to accelerate the growth, I think that the titles of these videos and stuff need to be, targeting like Bitcoiners. Even the Cardano thing, that Cardano clip of him the other night, where he was talking about, where he was laughing about Charles Hoskinson being Steve Jobs of crypto. That was hilarious. Upload that and say, why Charles Hoskinson, the Steve Jobs of crypto, and nice thumbnail, stuff like that. I think could really accelerate the growth. And I was just kind of poking at y'all a little bit, but
that's all good, man.
The one gripe that I do have about the Hex community is the preaching to the choir. It's great, but it's good for new people, but there needs to be, I think Hex Clips should be, I hope whoever's running that page, I hope
That's
they're
me.
watching. Who is it?
I just joined the guy.
Remarkable Thoughts. That's you that runs that?
Yeah, another guy, but I'm helping him right now. I just got the
yeah, like I think that's good that you're in here then. Perfect. Yeah, I like what that channel was doing. I like that channel a lot because I don't watch the streams that you guys do because they're so long and you're talking about Hex. And I know Hex like the back of my head myself, you know. So I'm not really learning anything. I mean, it keeps me interested, you know. But yeah, I just wanted to hop on and just give a few my marketing thoughts.
I agree, man. These are definitely things that are at the forefront of our minds. Unfortunately, we're trying to expand our network on the back end, the back office stuff, because RG3 and myself, who are currently running everything for Discourse Syndicate, and we've got some other business stuff that we're working on too. Unfortunately, we both have, and I say unfortunately, we both have multiple six-figure jobs outside of crypto, so it's hard to drop everything we're doing to go into something where we're not making any money, just putting out awareness, and maybe that'll change.
Your bags, though.
I am pumping my bags. There's no doubt about it.
It's not all bad.
Yo.
We do it.
What the fuck? We'll let anybody on this show now or what?
Who are you?
What's up, Trevon?
Who are you?
This is Captain RG3.
Who are you?
I know who that is.
Hey, man, welcome to the show, Trevon. Good having you, man.
What's up, man?
And we agree with you that we got to branch out, and that's what we're doing. We slowly built the community from within, and now we're branching out. You know, we got Wendy coming on. We've got other.
Take advantage of Richard Hart, man. Take it that stream the other night, man. It's so much gold in there. Like, clip that and just push Richard. Like, yeah. I understand everybody's trying to branch out and do their own thing, but everybody, I mean, just rally around Richard. Richard needs to be pushed hard. Just push Richard Hart, man. Like, take his clips, those 30-second clips, man, post them on and just because he's triggered. What he does is he triggers other communities. So you gotta take advantage of that. Like, Cardano community is so easily triggered, man. You could take that Steve Jobs segment, man. That shit is gold. Post Hex clips, take that shit and title it this. Charles Hoskinson, or however you say his name, is Steve Jobs of crypto. You know, and have a word box beside Richard Hart saying, like, making him say that, but he didn't say that, and that would like stuff, little things like that, man, will just get, and people will come see Richard and see how smart and how intelligent he really is, and maybe they'll say, well, let me check out Hex. Maybe I need to look into Hex, you know. So yeah, just take. I say just lean into.
You got that kind of talent?
Say what?
You got that kind of talent?
What kind of talent?
Put that shit up there like that.
I mean, Markable Thoughts is doing the Hex clips. That's what I was talking about. Like, I was saying he should upload on the Hex clips.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
I don't have that talent, so yeah.
I mean, I could, but I have my own channel.
Yeah, talent's not.
I'm trying.
Talent's
I'm
not hard to come by.
Back,
Time is. Talent's not hard to come by. It's the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not hard. It's just time consuming. It
is. But he got the timestamps, man. He knows what he's doing. Yeah. He can get it. He knows what he's doing. He's doing
all that
channel. That Hex Clips channel was gold, man.
Capitalize more on Richard's, rants and comments and things like that, because like I experienced it when I was in the Quick Swap chat room the other day, and I said, hey guys, Richard kind of mentioned Quick Swap, and he didn't say anything bad about it. So that's almost like an endorsement. If he didn't say it was dog shit, that's almost an endorsement. Yeah. And so I put the video in there. Well, they all started complaining because it was a 3-hour video, and they didn't know what. I said, I don't know how to grab the timestamp. Just look for it, and thank me later for giving you 3 hours of fucking wisdom, And I mean,
sometimes going the extra mile, man. The extra mile. Like, you got about 50 people in there who might have saw that, who could have watched that clip. That's 50 people, 10 of them might like Hex. Those numbers add up.
I just don't have the time to go in there and figure it all out and find it and put it up. So I just put it in there and said, hey, have at it, guys.
If anybody wants to take any of these ideas and run with them and they don't have a following of their own, reach out to me. We can upload them on our channel and get them in front of eyeballs. That's not a problem.
Yeah, that's a good one for the Quick Swap community. They just went up to I think they hit 107, 108 million this morning.
I just bought some Hex. I bought some Hex on Matic yesterday. I'm speculating that I don't know. I'm just speculating here, but I'm speculating that we're gonna be able to stake Hex on Matic. That's just what I feel. I don't see any other reason for it to be over there than there to be some type of staking.
Encapsulated stakes, man. We talked about this. I'm thinking
that's coming, and that's gonna be, cause that's the only complaint people can really, you can try and FUD the AA from last year. You can try and FUD that, or you can complain about the fees. That's the only two things anybody can complain about in Hex, and that's the fees. I'm even complaining about the fees. So I'm buying Hex on Matic, and I'm keeping it liquid. I'm not buying a ton over there, but I'm keeping it over there just to kind of learn the network and stuff. But I think that's going to be coming soon, and it shouldn't be that hard to do. So,
and he's not going to. What's interesting is that's organic growth over there right now. That's just Hexagon community, Hex that's over there. That's not any institutional money or any OA money or any of that stuff. That's all organic Hexagon growth that's happening over there. And I think we've got 500,000 in liquidity over there. I think close to $1 million.
Like 600,000 yesterday.
Yeah,
it's a couple of pools. It's actually like $1 million over there because there's a ETH pool too.
There's some separate pools, and then there's the quick pool.
Too. So yes, it's a good amount of liquidity over there so far.
Yeah, it's pumping.
We just need more of you guys to pump the Hex USDC pair over there, because I think that's going to be. I think that's going to be better for the price. Yeah, for the price sustaining of Hex, if it's non-correlated with ETH. If ETH goes down, Hex doesn't have to take a crap with it. So, and not only that, but you guys will get, that's a whole nother pool that'll start earning rewards once we get enough liquidity added there, because that's straight from Rock's mouth himself. So,
well, I think the quick mining pool is what's most lucrative, and that's why everybody's in it. Because
the rewards on the Hex pool are there. I mean, it's better than nothing, but they're not really.
Yeah.
Hopefully, like when they go through this round of the farming, because it looks like it ends in like 2 days or so. Maybe they'll bump Hex up or something like that. Maybe
if they get some more liquidity, I guess.
Yeah.
That's what
I
they've
want
been
to farm.
Setting it is based on how much liquidity is going in.
Mm-hmm.
They dropped it down once. They were like giving 10 quick for the pool, and then now they drop it to 8, which I mean still isn't. It's better than a stick in the eye, that's for sure.
Yeah. And there's some really cool. We've got some inside lines on some really cool L2 things that are coming, and that Hex can participate too.
Yeah, we'll give you guys
more.
Coming.
We'll give you more information as stuff unfolds and we hear more out of the boardrooms of these other projects. So.
Yep. All right, gentlemen, I got to roll. I got to get back to
get out here too, man.
Just over broke the job.
Got to get ready for my stream. I'm gonna take all y'all viewers. All right.
Hey, there you go, Jamal. That's fine.
All right, hey, good having you come by, man. Take it easy, bro.
I'll be back.
Hey, thanks, brother. Yeah, I'm glad he came by. I just want to throw this out here right now. Yeah, I know some of you guys are hesitant to have Trevon on, but let's be honest, guys. He's got a following and he's got a community, and he is a Hexagon, whether we like it or not. And I actually invited. The more eyes, the better. If you're worried that it's going to FUD new people away from the project because of things that he's been in the past, then those are probably going to be weak-handed people that didn't do their own research anyway. So I don't see that.
Nah.
I think the pros outweigh the cons by a long shot.
I mean, he's been in Hex from like day one, pretty much.
Yep.
He hasn't said anything bad about it. Yeah, he has a past, but
until now
until
now I've only heard him say smart stuff. So
yeah, absolutely.
The plaque behind him on the wall speaks volumes as well, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's be honest, guys. This stream, and we've never tried to hide the fact, is for the community. This was created to serve the community, and he's part of the community. So whether you guys like it or not, he's a lasting figure in this crypto space. He's not the guy that disappeared during the bull or during the bear market like everybody else did. So I welcome the eyeballs, and it was a pleasure to have him on here. And I watched him quite a bit in 2017 and a little bit through 2018, and then I kind of sat on my laurels through 2019. But I was glad to see him come back out. So, and you can argue with me all you want. If you want to say it's terrible branding, this is a community stream, and he's part of the community. I'm
not liking Hex because of Trayvon. It's like, but like it's because of Richard Hart.
Richard.
It's nonsense. Like it doesn't make sense.
Well, and let's be honest, guys. Do you guys not trust our fearless leader, Richard Hart? Do you not trust that guy? I mean, why are you in the project or in the product if you don't trust Richard Hart? He did a stream with him, so.
Yeah. I mean, Trayvon, for sure, he's like he knows his stuff about marketing and YouTube.
Oh, he does, yeah, and he's entertaining. He's fun to watch. I don't delve into all the projects that he does, but he's fun to watch. I enjoy his Saturday afternoon streams, and I think he genuinely is a good guy and that he wants to do well for those around him. I don't think he has any ill intentions. So, but you guys, if you guys have not learned anything from Eminem in the late 90s and early 2000s, that there's no such thing as bad publicity, then you guys are fooling yourselves. So
who's Eminem?
it's a chocolate candy with a
M&Ms. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. What's bad about them?
Not much. They don't melt in your hand, only in your mouth.
Oh man!
Except that green one, she's a bitch.
Yeah, you guys. In fact, I'm gonna go ahead and endorse them right now. If you guys, any of you guys who are looking, because Hex gets boring. Let's be honest, it's a boring financial product. So if you want to just stake it and forget it and wait for your stakes to come up and expire, and there's little bits of news here and there and things that the community are doing, community driven, like the new L2 stuff and the talk of encapsulated stakes and possibly a hedge fund, and those things are fun to talk about. But if you guys get bored of Hex, then channels like Trayvon's are a good place to go if you want to see what else is happening in the crypto space. Because let's be honest, the guy knows his stuff and he spends a lot of time researching in projects that I'll never have time to research in. Not until I go full-time YouTuber, and that may be a while, because like I said, RG and I have some multiple six-figure incomes outside of of crypto that it's really hard to give that income up to come on here and do this. So, but we love you guys and we do it anyway.
One day I'll be able to employ you as my butler for six figures, KNTX.
Sounds fantastic. Well, I don't know, man. You squids, you're too broke.
It's a really confident squid.
You guys should really be striving for that dolphin status, man. I'm just saying. Stack more T-shares.
I'm swimming as fast as I can, man.
Not fast enough, man. I already beat you.
Damn. What?
What?
You're a dolphin already, Markable?
No, but I just know my ranking is higher than yours.
Oh, this is a challenge.
RG3 dolphin first.
You got yourself a butler. RG3's down for it.
Totally.
As long as you live near the beach.
Sure. Hawaii,
RG also looks more like a monkey, so that works.
Oof. Monkey butler?
No.
What? I don't want any.
Dude, monkey butlers are the best, man. I'm getting one.
Are the best. Oh, you gonna put a little suit on him and everything?
Totally. There's a little tray, opens it up.
So, hey, Markable, let's talk about some of the ideas that Trayvon threw out there, because I think that's golden, and it's true. I mean, whether people like it or not, the clickbait works. Let's see what we can do to work together on some of those things, because I just don't have the time, and there's people who can put those things together quicker than I can.
Yeah,
so
I can do it within 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I can do it pretty quickly. I just need to have those timestamps. And I just talked with Dennis, the guy who founded Hex Clips, and I just got the rights to add videos there as well.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
So and if you guys want to duplicate those on the channel, that's fine, man. If it garners more eyeballs, I think it's a good thing. I'm not trying to move in and steal content by any means, but if you guys want, because obviously there's eyeballs that channel's gonna garner that this channel isn't, and vice versa. And we have different followings, and I mean a lot of our following is crossover, but I mean just being realist here, we're one of the larger streams. As far as live streams is concerned, we're the biggest on YouTube for Hex, and we're Coffee's got us beat as far as subscriber count is concerned, but he's going to. Matty, he's coming up on us, but he's not. He's not there yet. Yeah, he's not there yet.
Quant Gang's working.
I really like Jasper. He's always throwing out compliments, and I'm not afraid, and I'm shameless when I come out and say that I love the respect thrown my way, man. So thanks, Jasper. I really appreciate it, man, because we are in an echo chamber, and sometimes it's hard to know if we're doing a good job, and the invite is still out there for you guys as well as Trevon. If you guys have any suggestions for what we're doing wrong and what you think could be better, like I said in the last stream, I won't necessarily act on everything that's given to us, but you guys can tell me how I'm messing up, tell me where I've screwed up, and we'll try to build off of that. We'll try to get better, and I'll try to pump all your guys' bags.
I like the use of the term family in that last text. That was nice, because that's the way I feel. I'm sure you guys all do. And maybe that's our problem, is it gets a little bit incestuous at times. We're self-pollinating, and we're going to end up with cross-eyed kids. So we got to really branch out and widen the gene pool a little bit, right? Yeah, I like that.
Absolutely. I like David Gonzalez's. I mean, since we do strategize a lot on how we bring in no coiners, passive income and make money online communities on Reddit, they are huge. So if you guys, and don't just go in there and automatically start shilling, guys. Make it organic. Become a member, get some follows, some likes there as well, and then just kind of slowly. Here's what I don't know what you guys were doing, but this has been working really well for me. And just kind of throw in those soft plugs over time, because if you know anything about marketing, it's about 11 touches it takes for something to solidify in someone's brain. So they have to see and hear of something about 11 times before they ever move on it, before they get that brand recognition.
For me, it's 14 pulses.
14.
Shameless.
You don't care.
About that, I learned something really good today from the Knights of the Crypto table. It was great. In terms of the cycle, the real players will be, everybody's going to be trying to call the tops, and I'm going to paraphrase what they said. Everyone's going to try to call the top and get out before the big blow off in this cycle. And then the wise ones, the ones that have learned from the past cycle, and the ones that are going to be the real players now, are going to take their coins off the table, and they're going to look for instruments and products that can actually yield over time during the bear market. And the first thing that, of course, they're all hexagons. The first thing they point to is hex. And it couldn't be more true. It really just clicked. It's like there are only a handful of real dependable, high yield products out there, products and projects, ours being a product. So it couldn't be a better time than in this next uptick to really look at hex outside of the hexagon community. Tell your friends, this is the way you deal with a bear market and make lots of capital. In theory, right? I'm not a financial advisor, but I would strongly suggest that people look into it. I'm reaching out to friends of friends now, and they're bringing them in to try to learn more about the yield that we can provide.
This is not financial advice, but like, comment, and subscribe.
That is family advice, familial advice. So if you guys don't know how much to hit the like button, do it now.
These platforms will be giving him yield. So obviously at the moment, there's a lot of demand, isn't there? So, like Celsius, for example, you're getting pretty good returns on most coins. But in a bear market, will that be the same? Whereas like Hex, if we're talking that the OA has, say, 80% of the coins, the maximum that can stake is 20%, for example. Like the yield's going to be substantially better in Hex, and they can stake for a year, 2 years, just to see out the bear market.
Yeah, so that's something it's funny you bring this up, because I was literally just thinking about this in the shower this morning. I said, the 10, 12.
Wait a minute. Wait, I'm sorry.
I knew he was
a family.
I knew I shouldn't have said where I was. I knew I shouldn't have said where I was when I thought of this.
Yeah.
But
because I get happy in the shower too, and I think of Hex, but I don't tell anybody about
I
it.
didn't say anything about getting happy in the shower.
Oh,
I want
sorry.
to clarify
Sorry.
right now.
Oh,
I
you
know
were
where your
taking
mind
notes.
is at.
Yes.
Yeah, I know where your
Bring
mind
your
is
pencil
at.
in there
But,
too. Sharpen it. Okay. Please continue.
yes, I do use paper and pencil in the shower too. Yes, absolutely. Anyway, I was thinking about 10, 12, and sometimes up to 16% that Celsius is offering on stable coins is a pretty good return. But they're lending to institutional players who need it to cover positions and to make sure, that they can play with the market. Well, what happens in the bear market when the institutional players are scared to play that game? What do the interest rates go down to at that point in time? While my Hex bags, I know right now anything past 5 years staked is getting 38% interest right now, paid in like kind, in interest, and it's all based on the code. So it has nothing to do with what the rest of the market is doing. The code is paying me more Hex in the future. So that's one thing that can be, I don't know what the rates are going to be with Celsius in the future, but I'm earning more than Celsius right now in a financial product called Hex, and it will continue to pay that interest in the bear market even if everything dips. So
maybe, yeah. Let's see.
And so I'm not a Hex maxi in the way that you should have all your money in Hex and nothing in Celsius. I believe, looking at my situation, I'm going to yield a lot more with Hex than Celsius, so that's where my money is at right now. But that's just me. You guys might have a different situation. But I have talked to other individuals who need to leave cash liquid, and earning 10, 12% in the meantime off of their cash, their savings. It's not a bad idea on Celsius. So if they need it, if they're looking at their Hex bag as an IRA, their staked Hex, their shares as an IRA, and then they're looking at Celsius as their savings, their high interest savings account, because it beats the hell out of what you're getting in a bank right now in a traditional finance. So, but you can only leave it on there for a month or two before you need to utilize that for taxes, property taxes, inventory, whatever it may be. That's not a bad place to yield some return in the meantime.
Yeah, it could be a good strategy. I actually was thinking about this, and well, maybe if I take some profit in maybe in a year or a half year, then maybe that USDC that I don't need, it would be probably a good thing to earn something on those coins.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, if Hex only makes higher lows, I don't know.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
Something very interesting happened today. It's funny that you mentioned higher lows, Peter. Crown's Crypto Cave, Eric Crown, a guy that I've been following since 2017. He had Richard on there a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Today, for the first time, somebody from the chat gave him a super chat and said, check out Hex. And he actually took a look at our chart for the first time. And he said, in all honesty, this is a great looking chart. Look at that. Higher lows. I think it's going to, if I had to say, it's going to hit all-time highs. And then, of course, he threw in a little glib remark because he doesn't want to be, associated.
I am not endorsed by Hex. Yeah.
Yeah, right. He's like, yeah, as far as Hex goes, Eric Crown's a real cut up. He's a real great guy. Funny as hell. But he did mention that Richard Hart was on a couple of years ago. And I'm sure that Eric got a bit of a bag from an anonymous person. And I'm sure that he already knows the value of it, even if he played it and traded it like he does. I'm thinking that we got some eyeballs today on that one because our chart is looking great.
If I were a trader, which I'm not, I don't have the technical analysis skills or the time to really want to dig into it. And it's not something that, there's other things I'd rather be good at than TA. And you obviously, if you picked a solid product or a project in this space, you've made money over the last couple of years, just with the appreciation in the bull market that we're in now. But if I were a trader, Hex is a pretty good chart to trade if not saying that things will always be the same, but if things continue as they have been, it's pretty easy to tell when you're at the new low because it's still higher than the last low and that it's ready for a run up on the next one. So it looks like people who knew what they were doing probably could have made some money off of Hex doing the trading. And I think there is some swing trading going on there.
Not only that, but the large ascending triangle that you can, now connect up only points one direction, right?
Yep.
And then he failed to consider, and traders failed to consider that on top of that bright future in terms of TA, you've got this amazing return in terms of the like kind interest that you're going to be earning.
On top of the USD appreciation.
The boring interest.
I love this. Hey, Wills, thanks for joining us. You did a great job last night on the stream. I appreciate you coming on with RG, but that's all you need to know. The chart looks great. It's only going up, and the Hex is making you more interest in like kind, and T-shares are getting rare, and Hex is getting rarer right now, guys. So I'm not saying go out and buy it. Do your own research. It's not financial advice, but sounds pretty solid to me. I mean, it's information that I'm operating off of on my own personal stack, so that's what I'm doing.
KNTX, would you mind delving into this whole hullabaloo that is the encapsulated stakes? Can you tell us what you know and any news? Because I've collected some from the other streams.
Yeah, so I haven't got the opportunity to delve into the code or really ask some of the devs a little bit more information about it. But essentially what it is if you can create, and if I'm wrong, someone by all means, I am not the foremost expert on this. I'm just bringing it to attention, and again, do your own research. But the way I look at it is, say you've got this Hex bag that you want to stake, but as you stake it, it's almost like putting your bag in, or putting it in a bag and then dipping it underwater. So underwater being the L2, and then you can pull the whole bag out of L2 later. And so the stake can be divvied up. So I don't know if the stake started on L2 or if it started on the main chain. But essentially it sounds like you can fractionalize and sell off shares to the stake to other individuals who are willing to buy the share, and it can all be done with code. So essentially you can sell shares of an existing stake to others. And what would be really smart is the first movers on this, I think, are going to make a lot of money if it works the way I think it is, because the way I see it is, if I were to take 10 million Hex right now and put it out for a Quattro Cinco stake before the rest of the crypto space even gives it the mass adoption or the virality that Hex really deserves, and then people realize, oh crap, I can never buy or I can never buy shares at the price that guy that put 10 million in it 15 years in an encapsulated stake, and they're going to outpace my returns. If I wanted to cash a little bit out now through my encapsulated stake, I could sell a portion or a share of my shares to another person for grossly more ETH or whatever your trading pair may be than what you could have bought Hex or the T shares for at that time. So in other words, trying to simplify it and dummy it down is, I could fractionalize that and sell it off for a lot more later when people start to realize just how much that bag is going to be worth in the future. So I can capitalize on it now before the 15-year stake is up.
Okay, so that was our understanding a few days ago. So what's been shared from the Germans and from the other streams is that it's, now, correct me if I'm wrong, but number one, it's got to begin and exist on layer 2. So
Okay.
It's going to actually go to this portal, and you're going to be entrusting the keepers of the portal to be able to put the stake on layer 2, and then it exists there. And from then on, also, the fractionalization idea may or may not be part of it. You may have a stake that you may sell or, turn over to somebody else in layer 2. You may not be able to parse it out and send it to the highest bidder, which I was hoping was the case. I may be wrong, but today I was hearing that on from Dollar Cost Crypto, I believe, and also Crypto Coffee were mentioning that it may not be fractionalized. And then finally, you are correct, though, about the speculation element that would come in from the price per T share at the time of purchase, plus the premium that would be put on top of it to sell it through to the next party. So it's becoming a little bit more clear and focused, and there are definite pros and definite cons. Like a true Hexican who knows how to stake their own stakes would say, I don't know if I'm going to be comfortable interfacing with another party to keep this for 15 years. I mean, really?
Yeah,
Are we going to?
They still have to buy on layer 1, though. So I take it the hex has to be purchased.
The hex has to be layer 1, sure.
Yes, and so if when I say layer 2, I don't mean a side chain. I mean like a smart contract built on top of the Ethereum blockchain. So I should probably preface that and clarify that it's an actual smart contract, and I don't see why you couldn't fractionalize it though. So I don't. From what I looked at and what I read, it sounds to me like you could, and I don't know if it's an extra functionality that needs to be built into it. It could be fractionalized and the shares of a share be sold off.
I hope so. I do hope so. That would be very interesting.
What do you guys think that the legacy stock market does with mutual funds? What do you guys think mutual funds are? So that's a brilliant idea. I mean, then we've created another product that the financial institutions offer that crypto doesn't offer yet.
You've created a bond. You've created a bond market in Hex, so it's no longer a certificate of deposit. It's a bond layer on top, and that's
a bond is a better way to put it because it's not an equity, so it's not like a stock or a mutual fund. It's more of a bond. I agree with that. I agree with that statement.
I mean, if people are buying Hex and locking it up for 15 years, it's only good for the price of Hex, isn't it? So, take the supply off the market. It will, if this takes off, then obviously they're going to be buying potentially large amounts of Hex, which will pump all our bags. So, I'm not.
So when you
I'm not afraid.
And then no one's selling. Selling. That's the beauty of it.
What I think should be an important aspect also that you can only buy those encapsulated stakes with Hex, because then you're pumping the Hex price even more. Like if you're going to create more kinds of pairs, it's not going to work, because then the shares are going to have their own chart almost.
Yeah, they will. They literally will.
Yeah, but they should only have it in Hex, so that
see, and I disagree with you there, because if people are selling the price down on shares on a secondary market, it doesn't affect the Hex price because no one's selling the Hex. You're only buying so that you can encapsulate the Hex stakes. So then if the price of T shares goes down, if you can fractionalize it like that, that's fine. It doesn't affect the Hex price because no one's selling Hex. It's still locked up in a contract, and that just locks up more of the supply. Now our interest rates will go down, but our USD price will go up. So I see it as being a boon to us and not a negative, because I don't care if the T share price on the secondary market goes down. I've got actual physical Hex that I've got staked, and I'm earning it trustless interest off of it. And as long as my USD price on that is going up, I'm okay with getting less interest rate on it. And then everyone else can settle on the back end the price of T shares, what they want to pay for a T share. I'm okay with that.
But your T shares as well. This is another point. Remember, your T shares are on the smart contract, and they're locked for the duration of your agreement with the smart contract. Your commitment is solid. It cannot be ported over and fractionalized and sold. So you're going to have dry powder to do.
That's exactly right. So your existing Quattro Cincos, and RG3 was saying, that's why another good use case for my stake wall. Yes, if you're willing to build a new stake wall, because you have to do it through this new smart contract. You can't do it with existing stakes. It's not going to be possible because it doesn't run through the contract correctly. Thanks again, Jasper, my newest favorite Hexican. I appreciate you, buddy. So he says he's just trying to give some value back for my time and energy. I cannot imagine how busy your life is when you have multiple businesses and a wife and kids. By the way, congrats with your newborn baby. I really appreciate you, brother. She is beautiful. Thank
you.
God
now earn 20 euros per hour. So that's exactly what I would be paying you as my butler.
Oh, sweet.
Think about it.
That's true. Okay, guys, this has just become a 12-hour live stream. No.
Or like a 12-hour steak.
You could,
Thanks, man.
in regards to those encapsulated stakes, you could argue that the buy pressure will move from the primary market to the secondary market. But I think that if you sell a stake, then you could reuse those funds to make another stake.
Correct.
Yeah, exactly.
Rinse and repeat.
Now your cost per T-share has gone up since you created the first stake.
Of course, so
you
it
won't
has
get
to
as many
cost more.
T-shares. Yeah, so you're going to have to sell to really capitalize on it, and there's going to be an arbitrage opportunity there where if you can get enough for your fractionalized T-shares on the secondary market to be able to roll back into building T-shares and possibly roll it into even more T-shares, but you're going to need more economic energy to do that. Well, all that does is compound the price of HEX in the long term. So the USD price of HEX.
It would snowball with everybody doing it, though.
It's a feedback loop. It's a positive feedback loop. Absolutely. So the price of HEX keeps going up. And then actually the people who you sold those T-shares to and you went and started new T-share stakes, you're actually enriching them as well. So it's a positive feedback loop on both sides as far as I see it.
Yeah, so as long as the contract's secure, I think that's the biggest thing, isn't it? Like making sure that it's secure. If it's secure, I can't see any issues with it.
Yeah.
I think it's being audited as we speak.
Yep.
Fascinating.
I think so too. So I haven't delved into it yet. So anyone who's more technologically savvy, I would love to see. No, I wouldn't. I was gonna say I would love to see Steph and Firebun. I'd love to see their opinion on it, but never mind. You guys get back to the dungeon, get to work, finish it up, make it beautiful, so it makes it easier for the rest of us to onboard new no coiners.
Watch Stake and Firebun release the same exact concept on Staker app.
Why wouldn't they? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Why wouldn't you? I mean, I get excited about the prospect. I've got so many ideas for their platform of other things that you could do to capture more market for HEX, but maybe I'm just a greedy bastard, but my time is worth something, and I need some equity if we're gonna do that. So I've got RG and I have some really big ideas. Yeah, RG and I have some really big ideas. It's just capital and time. And right now, I just don't. And because the reason we need capital is because we don't have the skill set needed, the coding skills to make it happen. So we need to be hiring people, and if we did have the skills, all we would really need is the time and just a little bit of capital. But anyway, don't worry, guys. We're gonna keep doing what we can to pump your bags.
Hey, KNTX, can you do a crossover? Can you reach out to Lloyd's of London and work up a policy for us all? So that if in case we screw up or emergency unstake by accident or we get hijacked or hacked or anything like that, can you could give us a pretty high premium type of product? Come on. I can see the cogs are moving slowly.
I'm thinking about it.
I'll bet Lloyd's would help you out to underwrite.
They would probably be about the only carrier I can think of off the top of my head that'd be willing to take that risk, so to speak.
Yeah.
So I just got to throw this out here. No, I did not get to see that yet. A-Bit, sorry, man. It's time is a scarce resource for me, but I will definitely be checking it out, especially after you throwing it up there, and then as well as Papa B's endorsement on it. But Maddie, I think you got this wrong if I'm thinking of it correctly. If you push up the price, the more people will sell unlocked stakes for dollars. Bad idea. I think you'll get more people staking and locking it up longer. I think you'll get more of a buy demand than a sell demand. So yeah, of course people are going to take profits. I mean, why are you playing this game if you're not going to take profits at some point? But I think what you're going to do is, as you start to see that positive feedback loop, you're going to see more people buying more HEX and staking it up, not just more HEX being staked, but also being staked longer. And so I don't think that's a bad idea at all. I think actually it would do the opposite of what you're saying.
And remember that Markable pointed out that these transactions to purchase these things have to be in HEX. So it's not a dollar to dollar transaction. It's
Well,
only
Kinetics
the.
disagrees.
Oh, really? No, I heard that today. Did you disagree, Kinetics?
No, I don't disagree with that.
I
No.
thought you said you disagreed.
Well, if you're settling on the secondary market, I don't care what your trading pair is. I don't care if it's Hex to T-share or USDC to T-share. That doesn't negatively affect the price. That's a secondary market. It only affects the price of the secondary market. People still have to use ETH and USDC to buy more Hex to get in and play the game in the first place, which
Yeah,
only
but I
pumps
mean,
the price up.
If you can only buy the stakes with Hex, then that will push up the price of Hex more because people have to buy Hex for the stakes, right?
But it depends what they're going to do with that hex once it's bought. So if you're buying something from someone who's just then going to go and sell it to make a profit, then it'd probably be better than buying an ETH or something else if that's what they want. So if they're just going to,
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how you would settle that. I don't. I'd have to think about the economics. Obviously, I've not thought about different trading pairs for buying T-shares, fractionalized T-shares.
I think whatever we're coming up with, it should be very limited because every extra thing that we're putting on it is extra ways of messing this whole thing up. That's what I'm thinking.
Richard said that he needs a week of focused time to really think about this thing. So I think that now that it's actually the genie's out of the bottle, it's time to have the power of Richard's mind to figure out how not to screw it up, right?
Well, so whoever creates this encapsulated stake, here's the externality you guys got to think about. Yeah, you may make the shares sellable in Hex only, but what's to stop someone from forking your smart contract and making it make it so you can settle in USDC or ETH? So I don't think you can capture that externality. I don't think that's possible.
Oh, good point.
I'm just reading some. There's you guys leaving paragraphs here in the comments here for me. So, so if there's some lull and dead air, it's because I'm actually reading it and seeing how this would be applicable.
How's everything with you, Peter? In the meantime,
I got messages from on my working PC, so I'm just listening right now.
So it sounds like
what were you
Maddie and
asking?
I. It sounds like Maddie and I actually agree more than we disagree on this. So people don't cash out in Hex ultimately. That's my point. Is if people are cashing out, they're cashing out their T shares into USDC or ETH or Hex or whatever it may be. But as people see that becomes profitable, there's the arbitrage opportunity for more people to come in, buy up more Hex on Uniswap or a layer 2 like Matic QuickSwap, and then put it into encapsulated stakes and then sell their T shares later. The only thing being sold here is the T shares with this scenario. No one's selling the Hex, only the T shares. So the price, the USD price of Hex goes up. Now, like I said earlier, the downside would be that we may not be getting 38% interest any longer when the remaining liquid supply of Hex is no longer available on the market, because now it's been locked up 5, 10, 15 years in encapsulated stakes, so it can be sold on the secondary market. But that doesn't affect the USD price. Peter says, I have to attend to something on my work PC. Leave me in, please.
that's his code for having food.
Bye.
Does anyone know what, like, if 20% of Hex was staked, has anyone got that like chart that shows you what the APY payout would be?
20% is staked?
Yeah,
I remember seeing like ages ago.
It was on the hex.com. I haven't looked for it since. It was right on the website.
Because realistically, I think that's the maximum we're going to see, at least for a long time.
Raj, I think you got this all wrong, buddy. It's not the same thing. It's not a, hey, we're going to give you a duct tape promise token in exchange for your Hex. That's not at all what we're talking about. So it's not the same thing. It's secondary market if the underlying asset is never sold. See, the problem with Hexy is that they were selling your Hex as they got it from you. So with the encapsulated stake in the secondary markets we're talking about, the underlying asset itself never gets sold. So I think you're thinking about that wrong. 2.5 Hex per day per T-share at 20%, guys. So Johnny dropping it on the spot for us. So I don't know where the chart is, honestly. I haven't dug around enough in the new website.
I mean, it's still a pretty good payout, especially if supply's being locked up to the point where we're at 80%. You know, if as long as the OA isn't putting more supply out there, then the price appreciation would be insane at 20%, because the only stuff that people could buy would be from people ending stakes.
Yeah.
And selling it and not restaking it. So, you know.
And there's going to be those people that do that. And I mean, I'm going to be one of those people in the next 5 to 15 years. All along the way, I'm going to be scraping interest and restaking principal.
Oh yeah.
So I don't think there's any shame in admitting that, hey, there's a time when I'm going to start to ladder out. I'm going to make money on this. So well,
my plan short term is I'm restaking with the interest, just to kind of go up the ladders and get those T shares, and then towards probably in a couple of years I'll be taking profits.
Yeah,
me too.
But I want to kind of get up the ladder first, just a little bit more.
Yeah,
I just keep everything in until it's enough to say fuck you, like, to everyone. And then,
except me, right, Markable?
Well, yeah, we'll see.
You said that I could sleep in your mudroom.
Yeah, but I didn't say I wouldn't say anything rude to you.
He didn't say he wouldn't kick you in the middle of the night.
I mean, that's the only reason you can be there.
Thank you.
Remarkable's punching bag.
I
love
no one will want to communicate with me anymore, so I need someone.
Of course.
So,
to kick.
I'm with you, Chaotic Creations. Johnny, I'm with you. Y'all ain't buying my T-shares. They are mine. Yeah, same. I agree. Me too. I'm the same way.
Yeah.
Although it's a nice thing if you have like an emergency or something, then you don't have to end stake it.
Yep.
Then this would be the only reason I would sell something like that.
Yeah.
But even then, probably not.
I'm not going to lie. If I did have an encapsulated stake and the price per T-share went high enough, I would be willing to sell it if there was like an investment opportunity elsewhere where I could diversify with, where I could possibly gain more than 40% APY. I'd be interested in doing that. I'm a finance guy. That's what I like. I like those opportunities, and I'll jump on them if I can.
Yeah. If that happened in the real world, I would make a video about what I did, and then I would pump my remaining bags for my fellow Hexicans. There you go.
There you go.
Nice. That's for you, Henry.
Cheers,
you
man.
whale bastard.
Not yet.
Shark, at least.
Sadly not.
Yeah, I think I love you guys out there, but I think a lot of you guys don't understand financial markets and economics, and I'll just call it out there right now. I'm not going to call anyone out by name, but just wait. We'll see what the almighty leader-in-chief comes out and says after he's given it some thought. But, I mean, essentially he's talking about doing the same thing that, even with encapsulated stakes, it's the same thing that Grayscale is doing. You're locking up the underlying asset. You're not able to sell the underlying asset, and you're selling a derivative of it. So. Yep.
What's not to say that our fearless leader wouldn't also come out with that. He said that he's got his $400,000 to file all ready to go.
Yeah,
he left that as a little breadcrumb a couple streams ago.
Say it again. What?
Yeah, about opening. Remember, we used to joke about this a few months ago about Richard Hart inquiring as to how he could be put in touch with somebody to work up a Grayscale of his own.
Oh,
and, yeah. So he just recently, in 2 streams ago, said, I know how much it is to file. I know how much it is to get this going. I've got and he mentioned, I think, 400,000.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yep. Tucked away, ready to go. So I think that this could be something on his mind, and it could be something he can do on his own.
Yep. Absolutely.
What a guy.
I do got to throw this out there. So, Johnny, there are opportunities where you can make more than 40% on new burgeoning and blossoming businesses if you can get in on the ground floor of the equity. Trust me on that. So $25,000 in Uber in the first round VC investment would have made you 40 million. That's a little more than 40%. So there are opportunities out there.
Just a little.
Crack also has, I think, a higher margin than that as well. So,
Crack, yeah.
Crack.
You're
yes.
gonna fund the crack dealers on the block or what?
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Start your own little network.
I am joking about this, FBI, DEA, and the IRS. No, I'm not going to fund anybody that provides any illegal narcotics to.
Booner is the guy that Breaking Bad was originated from. Like
Breaking Boner.
Yeah, Breaking Boner.
Well, there we go. We just lost all of our all of our wealthy individuals who were going to invest in Hex are now gone. So
over to Popper's business venture to make a better return.
You know, those rich people were just taking notes. They're like, okay.
They're like, oh, you can get more than 40% APY by funding the drug dealers on
the
Damn. Got it. I know one.
I got called KNTX is the Hex Leprechaun by Franklin St. X on Theta.
Well,
that's awesome.
Will they get your Lucky Charms? Oh, look, red hexagons.
You were such a character.
Oh,
we could make a Hex cereal. That would be a good marketing.
Yeah, and then with a leprechaun on the box with KNTX face on it.
KNTX just
someone make that. I'm going to make that. I'm going to write it down right now.
How about Hex Party Mix?
I'm gonna just post some things in the chat. Some things don't need to be said on here. Oh, I think it's about time anyways, guys.
Oh.
So
yeah, one thing when we talked about the Hex clips and the different kind of content on there, I agree with that. It should be also a little bit more in the crypto space and just engaging other people. If anyone ever sees something in a live stream where you think, hey, that's funny, that would poke some crypto people, or just different kinds of content, right? You can send me a message now as well, and I can just cut it out. Like, I also don't have all the time in the world. No one has. But I know a shit ton of hexagons are watching all the streams. So at least send me one time frame at some point. Like, if anyone does that one time in their lives, then we have a ton of content. So just do it. Just once. It doesn't just something that you find funny or interesting or whatever. I can take a look at it. If you give me the timestamp and the link, then that saves so much time, saves hours, and then I can just like quickly cut it out, right? Otherwise, I have to schedule in some time to go look for a piece, and it doesn't really work. So just send me some time frames. You can tag me on Twitter if you want, just Markable Thoughts. Or I think Markable Hex is on Twitter, and on Telegram it's Markable Thoughts. Just send me some time frames and make the community better.
Yeah,
great. And also, I'd like to shout out to Hex Asians, all one word. It's a new stream that's twice a week, actually twice a week, plus some ad hoc whenever the boys get on, featuring the perspective of people from the Indian subcontinent all the way through Australasia. Yeah, so take a gander at that one, guys.
Absolutely, guys. Absolutely. That's totally a market that's underserved right now, in not just Hex, but in a lot of crypto communities, period. So it's nice to be able to capture some eyeballs over there. So guys, go give a like, share, support over there at Hex Asians. All right, guys. Well, with that, I love you all, and we can agree to disagree. And I think this is where I call it a day for this stream, and we'll mark another one down in the books, and we'll see you guys tomorrow for the Cryptio interview, if you guys are all right with that. We'll see you guys later.